Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. It's-A-Mii here, and the day has finally come. It tastes so sweet. The Nintendo Switch 2 is here, and we are going to unbox it. We're going to do a first-time startup experience, touching this thing, feeling this thing. We're going to compare it to the Switch Lite, the Switch OLED, and the OG Nintendo Switch. I cannot wait to crack it open. Let's go ahead and get into it. Here we have the Mario Kart World Nintendo Switch 2 bundle. Just got back from the 9 p.m. release at my local GameStop. If you missed it, I already posted a video an hour ago going over everything I picked up. I think it might be the biggest Switch 2 haul on YouTube, so definitely check out that. We are going to be covering this launch extensively over the next 72 hours on Its-A-Mii. Every single Switch 2 launch game we are going to be opening up, unboxing, doing some handheld gameplay, and early impressions. But we got to start off with the console. I played it back in April, so I have a little bit of experience with this thing. Starting off here, we have the front of the box. It did get a little scuffed at the GameStop, I suppose, from the pallet. She said she was playing Jenga in the back room, trying to make them not all fall. I was number 58 at my GameStop, but they were like counting backwards. It was very strange. We have all of the different warnings and things there. Here is the back of the box here, showing the Switch 2 logo. This little image I've used in quite a few thumbnails over on the second channel. Here we have the side of the box, showing two Joy-Con players playing with their Joy-Con. That side, we got some outdoor gameplay here. Let's just go ahead and crack it open. We've seen the Switch 2 box. We've been looking at the box for the past 2 months, ever since it was announced. There is tape on this. I need a box cutter. Okay, we are cracking it open with the yellow box cutter from when I worked at Walmart. Let's go ahead and get in here and pop this bad boy open. I will say before we do it, not to stall here, this is much smaller. I don't have the original Switch launch box, but this is such like a small trim size. I'm excited to see this because like they really managed like how they fit it in here. Like they really crammed it in such a way to make the box really as small as possible with how big the console is. Oh man, here's our little tutorial. You plug it in, you set it up, turn the Joy-Con on. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next generation of Nintendo. There it is. Oh man. I can't believe it's real. Like it doesn't feel real that this thing's out right now after covering it for the past like 2 years waiting for it. But we have the tablet itself here. We have the Joy-Con. I'm kind of like shaking right now, quite frankly. Here we have the left Joy-Con with the blue. Very, very nice. We'll take that out in just a second. We also have the right red. I guess it's more like an orange Joy-Con, but I guess it's red. They call it red, I think, right? So we have the two Joy-Con there. Okay, I'm angling it so the box doesn't keep popping up here. Here we have the tablets, the console itself. And just to compare, we'll do comparisons in a second, but here is the Switch 2 console. Oh my goodness. And I guess we should go ahead and stop here. We'll take this thing out. I need to get my screen protector, but I guess I'll do that another time. I'll screen mama this thing. Here is the tablet. It is so much bigger. It's so much bigger than the original Nintendo Switch, and the way it magnetizes on, oh, it's so smooth. It just works so well, and the way it comes off, it just works. It doesn't need to be powered on. I saw some people asking, like, does it need to have power? No, it's magnets. That's not how magnets work. So just to demonstrate what's happening here, the console is getting kind of dark with the light, but there's a big button now. It's a much bigger button than it was before. You press that down, and it just pops off, and otherwise, it just kind of snaps in. It's very, very smooth, much more secure than the Nintendo Switch 1 was when it came to putting the Joy-Con on the rails. It was this metal rail. It didn't really it didn't really work all that well. I mean, it did the job, right? But this is much more sturdy. You don't have that wobble anymore. Oh my goodness, dude. Wow, the joysticks feel really good. Like I've been playing a lot of Switch 1 right now with Fantasy Life, and these like sticks feel better. Just like to wiggle them around. Maybe it's because my Joy-Con are old at this point, to be honest, but these feel good. They feel clicky. Love that. The triggers, those feel good. LNR, you got all the vents and stuff up top, the power button. Wow. Switch 2, baby. It is here. Of course, you also have the kickstand, which comes out pretty easily. We can just move that aside and set the Switch 2 right there. It's getting very shadowy in here, but this kickstand, this thing goes, wow, that thing goes far. Look at that. It's kind of crazy just how dynamic this is. I feel like this is lower than the Switch OLED kickstand allows it to go. But the kickstand's pretty good. I was worried about it because it's like hollow on the inside, as you can see there. But no, I don't think it really matters. I think it's going to be a good sturdy kickstand for playing on any table anywhere, pretty much. And then yeah, just the flexibility here of being able to just snap that. Oh, it feels so good. It feels so good to snap it in. I know this might be stupid to like really harp on it, but man, the magnets are such an improvement over the rails. I wonder if it, like, will magnets wear down over time? Is this going to be an issue later down the line? I don't know, but that feels really good. We will compare that to the other Nintendo Switch consoles in just a second, but let's go ahead and finish up unboxing this thing. It feels like there's like a secret in here. There's a secret compartment. We have our manuals. Here's my Mario Kart code. I will be using that. I have the physical copy, but having it digitally is going to be nice just to, you know, make sure it's always one there. You know, I want Mario Kart to always be a fixture of my Nintendo Switch. We do have the fancy new fast ultra speed HDMI cable here. They were saying, like, I think they were saying you straight up can't use the Switch 1 HDMI cable. I feel like that can't be true. Obviously, it will have issues with like the bandwidth or whatever. But here we have the new HDMI cable for the Nintendo Switch 2, as well as the Joy-Con straps. We'll try those on in just a second. And of course, we also have the health and safety information here. Nice little pamphlets. Great. I gotta read this before. This is required reading. Imagine like you get the Switch 2 and like you think, okay, I need to actually read through this. Let's see. Yeah, let's see here. It says caution motion sickness. Playing or watching video games or watching TV or video programming can cause motion sickness in some players. Well, it's not VR, so I think I'll be fine. Wow, they really crammed a lot into this little box. So here we have just a USB-C charger. Or no, this is actually, okay, so this is for the brick that will go into the wall that will connect to the dock, because it's not just one big AC adapter anymore. It's actually a it's just like a USB-C brick that's branded Nintendo now, and you'll pop that in to the wall. So here we have the Nintendo cord. Nice bit of length to it, not too bad. We also have the brick itself here. So this is a little bit more versatile. You'll be able to, you know, swap it with other bricks if you're out traveling or something. You don't have to specifically have that big Nintendo thing anymore. So it does say Nintendo on there. I don't know why the like contrast is so high. You can see it. Yeah, you can barely see it there. But here we have our Nintendo Switch 2 brick. And just like with the Switch 1, it is USB-C, so don't even need to worry about what end is going where. This will connect to the dock. And speaking of the dock, let's go ahead and take that out of this package here. This is the one thing I didn't really get too much time with, because I didn't touch it once at the event, because why would I be touching the dock? They didn't give us like a, okay, you need to dock it and undock it experience. No, it was just, here's the console, play it for a little bit, and mostly play with the Pro Controller. But as you can see here, it's pretty similar to the Switch 1 dock, just a little bit more curved, I suppose. I'm curious about this back panel, because before, the Switch 1 panel comes off pretty easily. Yeah, this one comes off easily as well. You do have an Ethernet port on this, just like with the Switch OLED now. So you have AC adapter, HDMI out, and LAN, so you can get a direct connection for online multiplayer as well as downloads, which is great. I was kind of hoping for, I guess, yeah, there's two USB ports on the side right here. I suppose that's, or did the Switch 1 have just one USB port? I can't remember, to be honest. But here is the Nintendo Switch 2 dock. And then the final thing in the box, just because I want to get this big box off the table, we do have the Joy-Con grip, not the charging grip. That'll be a separate video. This is just the Joy-Con grip that does not charge the Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con. I did use this at the April 2nd event, and from what I played, I mean, the Joy-Con are just bigger, so inherently for me, this is closer to a Pro controller experience than the Joy-Con 1 grip ever was for me. Okay, box getting out of the way so we can actually spread these things out and take a look. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is check out the grip itself here. So let's put that here, and then, I mean, realistically, am I going to use this too much? Probably not, but, because I do have the Pro controller, of course, but yeah, I mean, this is pretty solid. If you don't want to buy a Pro controller, first of all, you can use your Switch 1 Pro controller, but also, like, this is much more comfortable because the Joy-Con are literally just bigger. This is much more comfortable than the Nintendo Switch 1 little dog grip thing that it came with. And of course, just like before, you just snap them off, and that's all you do. You just take them off. It's so simple. I do also want to check out these little wrist straps. The difference here is the straps before were to make the Joy-Con SL and SR buttons bigger. For the Switch 2, I think it's more about making them glide easier for mouse control. So they just snap one just like that. Similar thing here, you press the button to demagnetize it and it pops right off. Or actually, no, it doesn't demagnetize. You can see here, when I press the button, there's a little guy popping out there that pops up and just kind of pushes the plastic away. But yeah, you put this on here, a little bit harder to get on than the other things, but you put it on here and you can glide it around like a mouse, and that's how you'll be using these. I don't think need it, but it certainly helps with just smooth movements here when you're playing games that support mouse controls. So yeah, I think I'll actually be keeping this around with the Switch 1 Joy-Con. I mean, I very rarely use the Switch 1 Joy-Con, frankly. However, with the mouse controls, there's just more of a reason to now, right? Like, for Switch 1, the majority of the generation, the majority of the games I played, it was just on it was just one Pro Controller, but now there's a reason to actually use these things outside of when I'm playing in handheld mode. So I'll be keeping these around, you know? I actually have to kind of keep an eye on where these straps go, because I'll be honest, I have no idea where my Switch 1 straps are at the moment. Probably in the box, right? Or somewhere in the closets. But yeah, the straps here, pretty cool. Honestly, I kind of want an extra pair without the strap itself, just so I can have the glide. I don't want this part here because it's going to get in the way. I don't want to put the straps on while I'm playing Civ 7 or whatever, right? So, yeah, pretty cool straps there. The SL and SR buttons still much better than they were on Switch 1, of course. Yeah, the Joy-Con are such an improvement over the original console. I cannot honestly believe it, and especially like how they connect. It just feels so much better. Okay, now I did want to do a bit of a comparison here to the other Nintendo Switches. So let me slot these Joy-Con on, and you can just immediately tell this is the Switch OLED right here. So we have Switch 2, Switch OLED, and then, I mean, the Switch OLED's the same size as the Switch 1, but here's the Switch 1. You can see there with the different screen sizes. It's crazy. It's crazy how much bigger the screen on this thing is versus the other two, and especially versus the Nintendo Switch Lite. Oh my goodness. Look at that. The Switch 2 is massive compared to the Switch Lite, but even compared to the original Switch. And then, I mean, comparing it here, we can do like a little top-down comparison. It's actually a little bit thinner, I think, comparatively. But the actual size of it in terms of how chonky it is, I think the Switch 2 might be a little bit slimmer, if not just the same size, you know. Of course, much more powerful, though. They're packing a lot more heat with what they're hiding in there. So, yeah, just a much bigger console. But for me, I have bigger hands, so like this... Oh, it's so much more comfortable than the Switch 1. I mean, I like the Switch 1. I love playing it while laying in bed or on the couch or whatever. But this just feels better. That's why I love my PlayStation Portal so much. This it just fits in my hands better. I still wish there was like a little bit of a grip or something on the back. Just, you know, I think there's, you know, third-party accessories for that. But yeah, that's a nice little comparison there. And obviously the Switch 1. Let's take a look at just the Joy-Con. We'll take off the... Oh god, how do I... Oh, it's so archaic. I gotta like press a button and pull up. It's so much worse. Yeah, here's the Joy-Con comparison here. That is, it actually doesn't look that much bigger, but trust me, looks can be deceiving because when you're actually holding it, it feels quite a bit different in your hand. So, yeah, there is the Switch 1, or Switch OLED white Joy-Con versus the Switch 2 left Joy-Con. And there's a look at the different like trim sizes of Switch 2 and then Switch OLED, but also Switch Lite, just to get an idea of like how much bigger we've gotten since the Switch Lite. I guess this was first, but you know what I mean. Yeah, it's a lot bigger, and for me, that's much more comfortable. But I know some people prefer the smaller form factor, so I do hope we get a proper Switch 2 Lite eventually that is closer to this size, because this is nice. I know Olivia loves her Switch Lite. This is the one she uses, actually, the Zacian and Zamazenta one. This is still comfortable, but this right here, this is peak. Hard to really show this on camera, but we'll do our first little docking test. Feels good. Not much to say. I hope it doesn't scratch the screen when you're taking it in and out. But yeah, this feels fine. I kind of wish they had maybe redesigned the dock a little bit, but also, like, what else could they really do to still make it look good? Like, under a TV or whatever, or next to a TV, in the case that I'll be having it. But, yeah, the dock, it's a Switch dock, basically. It does the same thing. With all that said, it is time to do our first power on with the Nintendo Switch 2 and do a little bit of setup. I'm not going to transfer my Switch 1 stuff to this. I just want to keep it pure, so to speak. I'll transfer some saves, of course, through the cloud, and I'll transfer my Pokemon saves, but I kind of want like a fresh experience. Let me try to move my mic a little bit. Maybe you can hear it. It's very faint, but there is a little bit of music playing during the setup. Love it. But yeah, let's go ahead and set this thing up. Of course, English US. Americas. Here we have our end user license agreements. Oh boy. Read the entire thing before you boot up Mario Kart World. Come on, guys. I wonder if anybody's going to do that. Do you think anybody's going to sit here reading reading the entire thing before they play a game? It's not too long. Okay, go ahead and get connected to the internet. Leak my router password here. Please don't fail me now, Switch 2. Sometimes my Switch 1 just refuses to connect to the internet. Let's see if the Switch 2 has the same issue. No! Okay, it's very possible I just put it in wrong. We'll see. I hope that was the issue. Okay. Okay. It looks like we might be able to get in. I don't know what the issue is, though. I've never had issues like this, like actually trying multiple times and it not connecting before. Okay, finally. I was like actually getting scared there for a second. It finally let me in. We do have our day one update downloading here. Yeah, to be LA. Close enough. You can play games wherever you want, however you want. Telling me I can take out the Joy-Con. Sure. Take out the left Joy-Con. Select next with the controllers removed. do the TV setup later. I'll do that off screen. Also, I already saw the accessory, so we don't need to do that. Choose a style. You can change that any time. And we got our day 1 update. Doesn't look like it's too bad. I'm gonna put these back in. Oh yeah, let's see. Take a look at this. Good sound. Different sound from Switch 1. Little color pop-up. I like that. First time setup after the update. I think there should be like a little animation that plays. Or something like that. Or maybe it's bricked. Okay, system update complete. Do not transfer. Not sure why it went dark for a second. Okay, they give you a little 5-digit verification code to put in. Hey, it retained my little Kirby profile picture. Perfect. I did see they added some Mario Kart World icons. I need to redeem those after this. I will be adding more users, but not right now. Just need my profile. No parental controls. If you have a microSD Express memory card, go ahead and insert it. You know what? I guess we might as well do that. Well, bam, we got the 1TB Lexer Play Pro. Thank God I ordered this before the prices went absolutely ballistic. Finally open this up and have an extra terabyte of storage for all my game key cards, guys. Oh, I'm so excited to download all my physical games. This comes in this little case here. Perfect. Take that out. Oh, it's so small. Don't want to lose it. Bro, look how small it is. It's actually crazy. Okay, how to insert. It's underneath the kickstand. Pull that up. And then as you can see there, well, you can't really see it because for some reason it's so dark. Yeah, it's right there. You can see the slots right there. Should just slot in just like that. Give her a little push. A little bit of encouragement. And it's in. The microSD card has been inserted to the Switch 2. However, it does say you couldn't read the microSD card. Please remove it. Go to the home menu after settings. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I need to format it first or something? Guess we'll find out. I feel like I should just like put it in again. I feel maybe that'll just like, it'll just work magically. It'll detect it properly or something. Okay, it says you can use this microSD card once the system updates. Okay. I thought I already updated it. Why is there another update? What's going on here, Nintendo? Okay, it says microSD card can now be used. Please continue without ejecting the microSD card. Setup completes. Press the home button. Love that. That's so cool. Little animation that starts. From here, you can re-download and play purchase downloadable games and content on your account from the virtual game cards thing. Oh man, it's here! We made it! Switch 2! We're in! Okay, first things first. This is disgusting. Let's see. Where are all the new themes they added here? Okay, we have basic dark. Whoa, it's way darker than it was before. Maybe I'm crazy. Here's the thing. This isn't an OLED screen, but like, it still looks really good. Like, this is a really good looking, really good looking screen for this. Of course, we have game chat now. Once I click on that, I'll be using game chat. I gotta get it all set up. Welcome to game chat. You can chat with friends while you play. Game chat. I gotta read the terms to game chat. Oh, your chat is recorded. It does. They are gonna record everything and use it against you in court. They confirm your phone number via text. Yeah, that makes sense for safety reasons. I get it. I saw some people really upset about it, but I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. This will protect all the young folks that don't have a phone. Okay, so they emailed me a verification code. I'm putting that in. And it says, please start over from the beginning. That's incredible. Really glad this is working well. Okay, phone number has been linked, and we should be good to go. Please use Nintendo Switch 2 to continue. There it goes. Phone number saved. Wonderful. All right. Take him off there. There you go. Oh, wait, that's actually really nice. I just realized. So you can set it to only accept like invites from people you actually want to talk to and not just randoms. I have a lot of random people in my friends list from like 2017 when I was playing Dragon Ball's Universe and stuff in Fortnite back in the day. So you can actually like specifically not let them, have you in there. Let's see. Is anybody online? Hey, we got a couple people. Nobody actually online except for Pilky Ocean. I don't know who that is, if you're a viewer or what. Probably not. But yeah, it looks like you can have, what is that, 12 people in a chat? Because I can invite 11 people. Very cool. Excited to check that out. I don't know how much I'll actually end up using game chat, but it is still neat. The newsfeed's apparently a lot better now. Shouldn't have a bunch of Japanese stuff on here if you have a Japanese account anymore. Very smooth. Oh, dude, we need to check the eShop. Please be fast. Please be fast. Please be fast. Oh, they got rid of the... Oh, okay. I gotta, like, do some things. I thought it was like they got rid of the little jingle when you load it in. Okay, what I'm learning about the setup process for the Switch 2 is that there's a million QR codes you need to scan, and a million times you need to sign in, and it's annoying. Okay, let me load it up again and see if there is a proper loading screen, or if it really is just... Whoa, is it really that fast? Whoa, okay, that's way faster than it was before. What if I go to great deals? How long does it take to load that? Guys, I think they might have fixed the eShop. Not perfect, but it's a lot faster than it was. Oh my goodness. Dude, the Switch 1 eShop is so bad. Like, one of the worst storefronts I've ever used for anything. So they have a little banner if it's a Switch 2 game, like Ridge Racer here, as well as Nobunaga right there. There's the deluxe edition for 110. Do they have those naughty games still? Are there still one here? Probably. Yeah, let's see. Switch Online. Recent releases. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, wait, yeah, so this is different now, because it used to just pop up and you would go to, like, the front page of all the new releases, right? Also, it starts playing trailers. I kind of can't believe how much faster it is. Like, let me click on... Actually, I need to buy this. Let me click on Welcome Tour. Dude, they actually fixed the eShop. I can't believe it. This is, like, my biggest request for this freaking console. And they actually fixed it. Oh, my goodness. The images load way faster. I'm kind of speechless. I'm actually kind of speechless that they fixed this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and buy this. Let me buy this real quick. I have $3 in gold points still. I'll go ahead and redeem my final gold points. Okay, Welcome Tour has been purchased. We have our first Nintendo Switch 2 game going. They're talking about virtual game key cards. Don't care. Wait, what? What's happening? No. I don't want to do anything. I don't care about this. What is happening? Oh, I have to unlink a Switch. I'll unlink... Bow or Botox Switch? I don't know which one I should do. Probably this one, I guess? Yeah. Yeah, that's the one Olivia uses with her one game key card. Or virtual card or whatever. Are you serious? Okay, whatever. Let me out. I don't care anymore. Okay, it's downloading. Welcome Towards downloading. That's all that matters. I do also want to go to the settings and make sure that the SD card is showing up here. So let's see. Yeah, 930 gigs. If you get the 1 terabyte, you have 930 gigs of free storage, as well as 256 on the actual thing itself. JL&GR button set up for the Pro Controller and charging grip. Very cool. Your Mii's amiibo data. I mean, it's really like the same, the same stuff, to be honest. Botox Switch 2 system lock. Oh, this is cool. So yeah, there's an option now to stop charging around 90%. The idea is it'll make the battery last longer. If you don't charge it to max, that's kind of just a thing. So I'll actually turn that on. I want this battery to last as long as possible. For the display, HDR. Yeah, I forgot the screen is HDR. That's crazy. I can't believe this handheld device has an HDR display, or can output HDR. That's really cool. Resolution, that'll be up to 4K when it's docked. Of course, not in handheld mode. Adjust screen size, all the same stuff. 120 hertz output on the handheld itself, which is great. Yeah, this is awesome. Adjust HDR. Oh, man. Oh, man. The Switch 2. Can you believe it's here? Okay, I think what will happen a lot over the course of this generation, I accidentally pressed the C button instead of the home button because it's around where the home button should be on the console. So that might get annoying. That might get really annoying. Did my pictures carry over? Probably not. Oh, I need to take a screenshot first. Take my first screenshot. Bam. There it is. Hell yeah. I do also want to check out the Nintendo Switch Online app. It should be the same as it is on Switch 1 right now, because they updated it. Yeah. Oh, there's music now. That's new. I think that's new. I'm pretty sure that's new. I don't remember there being Mario Kart music playing when you go to this. So yeah, mission rewards. Let me in. I know about missions and rewards. Let me get my Mario Kart icons, please. Oh yeah, we got to get the feather. Perfect. Got it. Well, folks, I think that is going to do it for my unboxing and first-time setup of the Nintendo Switch 2. Very exciting times ahead. Of course, as always, I will be doing a lot more videos like this over the next 48, 72 hours. Next up is going to be, well, we'll see. Do you want to see the games first or accessories? I might do Pro Controller next. Honestly, I already have 2 videos up now. I might go play some Mario Kart, get some Mario Kart hands-on going. But that is going to do it for my unboxing of the Nintendo Switch 2. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you pick up a Switch 2 at the midnight release? Are you picking one up later today? And if so, what are your thoughts on it so far? I would love to hear what you think in the comments down below. Of course, subscribe here for more. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames. Check out my Nintendo news channel at BoTalksGames as well. And click on one of the 2 videos on screen to listen to me ramble about even more Nintendo collecting stuff and for more unboxings like this. Until next time, folks. Peace.